This is OwlUp, where learning happens in minutes, not hours. For a deeper journey, explore all our courses at owlup.co. Now, let's dive in. Chapter 2 of How Algorithms Decide Your Life: Recommendations, Feeds, and Scores. How recommendations work: the science behind your playlist. In this chapter, you'll learn: explain how recommendation systems operate and tailor suggestions. Let's dive in. A quiet line of code chose your last song, and the one before that. In fact, for many people, most of what they listen to in a day is picked by a machine they've never seen. You think you're browsing freely, but are you choosing the playlist, or is the playlist choosing you? Every tap, skip, and replay you make is quietly turning into math. Not just she likes rock, but she tends to skip gloomy tracks on Monday mornings, or he leans toward faster tempos after 9 p.m. Modern recommendation systems on Spotify, Netflix, and YouTube treat your behavior like a dense trail of clues, then compare it with millions of others to guess what should come next. That's why your release radar might feel oddly specific, or why Netflix rows seem to rearrange themselves the moment you abandon a show. Underneath, these systems are juggling 3 jobs at once: learning from people who behave like you, decoding the DNA of songs and videos themselves, and constantly testing tiny changes to see what keeps you around longer, because every extra minute you stay is worth real money. Some of the most revealing signals aren't what you play, but how you almost play. Hover over a track, scroll past a thumbnail, reread a title, hesitate, then move on. Those micropauses and near misses become part of your profile too. Platforms log whether you search first or just accept the homepage, whether you finish episodes or bail mid-season, whether you return to an artist after a bad recommendation. Over time, they learn not just what you like, but how decisive you are, how curious, how loyal, and they quietly adjust the risks they're willing to take with your next pick. Skip decisions are where this all becomes brutally practical. Spotify's own research shows that on nearly a quarter of tracks, people decide within 5 seconds whether to bail. To a ranking model, that's gold. A 5-second skip is a loud no, a full listen plus a save is a very confident yes. Everything in between, half listens, background play, replays weeks later, gets translated into scores about how safe or risky a given track is for you right now, not in the abstract. Under the hood, multiple models are usually cooperating. Collaborative systems start from people near you in taste space, fans of the same obscure artist, watchers of the same 3 K-drama shows, listeners who also stop jazz playlists after midnight. Content-based models then step in to rescue situations where there isn't much behavior yet, a brand new song with almost no plays, or a foreign series just launched today. They work from the raw ingredients: tempo curves, instrumentation, vocal timbre, scene brightness, pacing of cuts, subtitle density, to make early bets before there's crowd data to lean on. This is how platforms handle their cold start flood: tens of thousands of new tracks a day, plus fresh videos and shows. No one has skipped or finished them yet, but the system can still say, people who like melancholy piano ballads at night might tolerate this new track at slot 18 in a long playlist. It's also why you sometimes get something oddly on theme but slightly off, mood-matched but not quite your vibe. Then there's the explore-exploit dance. If the system only exploited what already works, you'd hear the same microcluster of songs and see the same limited set of creators forever. So it deliberately injects uncertainty: a few new artists in your release radar, a foreign thriller nudged into your Netflix row, a left-field channel in your YouTube up next. Too much exploration and you churn, too little and you get bored and also churn. One helpful way to see this is like a diversified investment portfolio. The platform keeps a core of blue-chip picks it's very confident you'll like, then sprinkles in some higher-risk growth stocks that might pay off if you adopt a new genre, artist, or format. Your reactions instantly rebalance the mix, leaning safer if you punish experiments with fast skips, tilting bolder if you reward surprises with full binges and follows. At scale, that personal dance reshapes culture. Discover Weekly alone drove billions of streams in months, pushing artists from bedroom projects into global tours. Netflix estimates its recommendations save over $1 billion a year by keeping you subscribed. And content makers now design with these systems in mind. Hooky intros to beat the 5-second drop-off, thumbnails tuned for tiny screens, episode structures crafted to keep the next episode autoplay feeling irresistible without quite tipping into regret. You can see this portfolio logic play out in small, concrete ways. Open Spotify on a Sunday night, and you might notice the first few tiles feel obvious for you, while row 3 suddenly features a soundtrack from a game you've never played. That's the system nudging your tolerance for risk when it predicts you're less stressed and more open to browsing. On Netflix, two people in the same household can see radically different posters for the exact same show, one foregrounding action scenes, another highlighting romance, because the artwork itself is being ranked as a micro-recommendation. YouTube might surface a 40-minute deep dive only after you've watched several shorts on the same topic, as if waiting for evidence that you're ready to upgrade your attention. And when you fly to another country, local trending lists quietly bleed into your home feed, letting regional tastes tug on your profile without rewriting it entirely, like a temporary accent in how the system speaks to you. These systems won't stop at songs or shows. As multimodal models mature, they'll quietly mix lyrics, cover art, location, even weather to steer not just what you press play on, but when you're nudged toward calm, hype, or comfort. Think of it as subtle mood trading, tiny bids to shift how your day feels. Regulators will push for "why am I seeing this" labels, while creators learn to treat every hook, title, and visual like SEO for emotions, not just for clicks. As these systems spread from playlists to news, shopping, even dating, your taste profile becomes a kind of passport, stamped everywhere you go. Your challenge this week: notice one moment each day when you ignore a recommendation and choose manually. Those tiny detours are clues to where you still draw the map instead of following it. This was OwlUp, your daily step forward. To keep learning with structured courses and more insights, go to owlup.co. Until tomorrow!